In a recent coin auction, this beautiful 5-ounce gold Queen's Beast Griffin sold for £7,500, which is a great price if you're the buyer, because if you're the seller, it represents probably close to a £4,500 loss. So today I want to have a look at some recent auction results and see what we can learn as stackers, collectors and investors of modern collectible numismatics. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to a slightly different In Focus Friday, where today I want to have a look at a recent modern and commemorative coin auction that happened and see some of the results, because they are quite telling. There are some very negative results here for some sellers who will be taking quite the hit on these coins. But it wasn't all doom and gloom, because there are some, like Sovereigns and a few others as well, which we'll go through, that did very well. And I think there's a lot to learn here as stackers, investors and collectors in these types of coins that we can then look to implement for our own stacking strategies and investing strategies. Now, this video is not sponsored by the Coin Cabinet. This is just one of many different auction houses that had an auction ending recently. In fact, this was on the 10th of May, so it's quite pertinent to have a look at. Now, for those that don't know, these kind of auction houses actually do represent a pretty good way for sellers to sell at a fair market value. There's a 0% buyer's premium and a 10% only seller's commission, although there is tax to be paid on that 10%, so it's actually closer to 12%. Which is a lot less, as you can see, than some of the other auction houses that are out there. Now, there are many arguments to be said that some of the bigger, more established auction houses might bring in more buyers, but generally speaking, these auctions give a really good indication of market values for different coins that are on the market. So I think it's quite telling to see how this recent auction went. The big headline here is that some of these big 5-ounce gold coins did not do very well at all. Now, for those that don't know, these big 5-ounce golds will have sold probably anywhere from £11,000 to £12,000 on the Royal Mint's issue price. That's a lot of money, and you can see here that even with a 10% buyer's fee, or seller's fee I should say, let's take this one here, the Griffin, you get £7,000 in your pocket. You can only do the maths that 11,000 minus 7,000 is a £4,000 loss on this coin. I think that's really interesting right now. There's a lot of things going on as to why some of these bigger coins are not doing very well. One would argue that the big kind of 5-ounce gold Griffin and the Britannia, they're never really massively desirable. There was a big craze about some of the James Bond coins. They were very, very popular and somewhat hyped up to a lot. And you can see now these James Bond coins, even in the 2-ounce golds, which had an issue price of about £4,500 to £5,000, they're all massively down on where their issue price was. And don't forget, a lot of these coins that you're seeing here are also graded as well, and the grading fees for these large gold coins will be hundreds of pounds, if they've even more if they've been conserved as well. So you can see that there's going to be significant losses for sellers of these types of coins. And I think it's really telling that you are seeing these losses now on things like the Music Legends coins and the James Bond coins. These are not the right things to look to buy. It certainly is an interesting outlook right now. That said, who knows what's going to happen into the future for these price points. It could well be that these represent great bargains for people, and I would somewhat say that if you are a Griffin fan and you wanted to complete and round out your Queen's Beast collection with a crown jewel of a 5-ounce gold Griffin, or another coin that might be coming out from the Royal Mint, then perhaps just give it 6 months and see what happens, see what comes up on the second-hand market. There's always going to be an opportunity to buy these types of coins, and these auctions happen pretty much every month. If we have a look at the past auctions, you can see Modern Coin Auction 27th of March, another one here 30th of January. So they come up every 6 weeks or so, and there's definitely going to be some good deals to be had. Certainly if you were on the market for some of these coins, you could have got them at a really good price compared with the Royal Mint issue. Now, it wasn't all doom and gloom. There are some coins in here which have done very well indeed. The first one that sort of looks like a pretty much break-even point is this 2020 £200 2-ounce gold King George III coin. That seems to have done quite well, and I think these historical coins that hark back to a slightly different era and have that pomp and heraldry around them do better. The 2-ounce gold Henry here, 5,000. It's probably a small loss after grading fees and these 10%. Again, with some of these Music Legends, we're looking at significant losses here on these. It's quite a lot, actually, if you think about it. There are some good coins though. The Queen's Beast Completer is probably one of the stars of the modern coin collectibles or modern coin numismatics right now. This one 3,100, issue price of about 2,350. With grading you're probably looking about 2,400, let's call it. So you're getting a good return on your money there for those. But one of the best performing coins of this auction, and I think most of these auctions, typing whilst I can't type and spell at the same time and talk. There we go. Sovereigns did very well, and all you've got to do is look at some of these historic sovereigns here that still do exceptionally well. The 1989s, just so popular every single time. We've got some of the Platinum Jubilees here, £5,250 for this coin. Now, it's interesting that we've got here a 1989, which is often regarded as the creme de la creme of sovereigns. It's simply the best, as they say. £3,200 for this one, but £5,250 for the modern 2022 version. I've said all along, since seeing the design of the 2022, I think this is a coin that will rival, and if not beat, the 1989 sovereign, and I think that's very, very evident with these prices. People are wanting this. This is a once in a generation lifetime, if not multi-generation. Now there are some doubles, I think, of the 2022 somewhere down here as well. Yet some of the doubles selling exceptionally well here too. You can see the difference here for just a regular 2019 sovereign, £2,300, which is considerably less, of course, than the 5 sovereign piece here. The 2017, another incredible design, 5,500. Really is quite good to have these sovereigns in hand, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons that we can take away from this. You can just see all the different varieties here, all getting great prices. Perhaps this one being the weakest of all of the different specialized designs. But sovereigns, I think, are a very secure bet when you come to these kind of proof coins. It's no guarantee, of course. You can see the doubles here, £1,500. You know, there's no guarantee at all for any of these types of coins to even earn money, but it is telling that the sovereigns do better than the modern queens, what's they called, the music legends and the James Bond. Now, there are some great Engravers coins that came out as well. I honestly can't spell when I'm typing and talking. That's awful. So we have here some of the great Engravers coins, which I think was really interesting as well. Now, these coins, if you don't remember, were massively hyped up. There was a huge, huge hype from the Una and the Lion, which, you know, we're looking at £7,000 for a 2-ounce silver coin. Stupid money. You can see here it's settled. Now, the market really has settled. These 3 Graces in the PF70 versions even, the lowest price here, £460 for just one of these coins. That's a great price in my opinion, and I remember when I was looking at, you know, flipping mine right in the early days, I was offered £1,800 by a coin seller business for this. Absolutely mental prices. Should have taken it up, didn't. I'm happy now to keep this in my collection, in my stack for a very long time. The great Engravers with the Gothic crown quartered arms, those really very, very affordable prices, 370. And if you think about it as a seller again, from that perspective, you're not getting a lot of return on your money here from that. But I think this does represent a really interesting overview of the different markets that are out there for sellers right now. It's an interesting one, and I've talked about it many times, that I think there is this level of buyer fatigue out there somewhat, that, you know, there's too many coins almost to buy, and there's a lot of course, cost of living increases. And whilst one would imagine that if you've got the bankroll to buy an £11,000 coin from the Royal Mint, you're probably not feeling the cost of living increase as much as other people. I think there is this there has been this heyday, and it does seem like this bubble has popped, or is certainly popping, on a lot of these coins. And it raises another interesting question about the sort of hype and fear mongering and the fear of missing out on these coins. You might see myself and other people buying coins like this and talking about how incredible they are and how wonderful they're going to be over a long period of time. And I think that nobody really knows the future. That's fairly evident. And these results, I think, speak volumes for some of the hype and hysteria that was put up around, like the James Bond coins and the Music Legends coins. These just are not doing well right now. Who's to say where they'll be in the future? But I think it does hark home that you need to understand what is right for you in your situation. If you love a coin and you want to hold it for a very long time, that's your best bet for these types of proof coins. But if you do need to sell, then there are various different avenues to do so, and these types of auction houses, the Coin Cabinet and various others as well, represent a safer and securer way to sell than perhaps things like eBay. So lots of really interesting information. I hope that was quite interesting. Let me know if you've enjoyed this style of video, and if you want to have similar ones like this where we go through auction results for various different coins and bullion and things like that, then do let me know. It'd be great to hear your feedback. If you've enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.